I really need to add an alias that does everything to set up the bot. That's what I should do. To open it up for Mario Maker 2. Just haven't felt like doing it yet. Cool, let's go grab that. I do want to check to see who else has played the courses, though. Man, Journeyman's Journey is somehow... it had a big jump in players recently. Or attempts, I guess. Or both, I don't know. I think this is going to start to explode. I think this is going to be a very notorious, I don't even know about popular, but a very notorious course. You haven't played it? Oh, it better be good. It better not be garbage. On-off switch light. Okay. You had it a lot. Yeah, no, I mean everybody who's attempted has and thanks again for trying it. Everybody who's attempted is has put forth a lot of efforts, with the sole exception of what was his name? Of Veilheart, who just stomped that level. Like, Veilheart's attempt was god tier. He just jumped in and just crushed it. I was shocked. It was free. I'm still taking it back. I want to go rewatch that. Alright, let me also, edit the about thing on the overlay. Cool, feel free to toss it up. Or you already got it, okay. Give me a sec. I want to grab the one Sindro put up first. Just long? Yeah. It's like if you're deliberate and meticulous, that's all it takes. I hope this is good. I'm always I guess I'm perpetually worried about people's courses because I'm afraid of finding like shell jumps and stuff. Is this just popping? Oh, that's cool. I wonder what that effect is. Cool, I want to see it. I want to see that video. That'll be fun. Made it for a friend, but they booed and said it was utter garbage, even though he likes levels with all the line jumps. So you're showing people how bad it actually is. I'm not sure I appreciate that. I want to know what's up here. You can't actually get to it. I mean, I'm guessing it's going to be something like you get in from behind or something. I don't know. So I could have the interesting thing about this is I could have the lights on or off on the way through this. Like, nothing prevents me from leaving with no lights whatsoever. I wonder which is a better option. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess you can do however you want. Depends on my definition of utter garbage. This is, well, I don't know. Yeah, I can't answer that. Are these just flat out pitfalls? Oh my god, they are. This is interesting so far. It's a different way to handle being unable to see stuff. It's surprisingly simple. Alright, and you can't see the Goombas at all. That effect is rough. That's tough to deal with. I mean, it gets the job done, for sure. Oh. This is really, like, this level is so careful in how it's put together. Like, you could tell they're doing their best just to not throw anything that you can't work with. You spent hours actually making the level, stayed up till 3 AM for it, but it was all a pathetic waste of time. That's, I mean, especially if it's your earlier content, that's par for the course. My last few levels have taken like 20 hours plus to make. One of them I've been working on the mechanism for, and I can't seem to work it out, and I think I might just skip it. Skip the mechanism. How much can you jump with this? Not much. Oh, is it literally that, like, this, yeah, okay. We gotta close this out. Where am I gonna get an object I can use? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's great. I like this a lot. That's actually really... I was wondering how you would move stuff in Mario 1. That's fantastic. Oh, perfect. And you have the one donut block so that you're not stuck. But CR, you'll find that whenever you're making content, oh, I like that. That's great. What you'll find is that unless you have a history of making content, oof. I'm gonna struggle here. Oh, and he's turning off the lights. That's great. I wonder what's causing that. Trying to figure out what it is. Oop. Okay. Level specific reference it makes either much better or much worse. I know the clear condition for mine, for the one that RTG was looking at, is most of what makes it so tough. I'm curious. I want to find another light switch somewhere. I bet it's just you hit the, I bet it's literally just hit this and it lights up. No? Huh. Still, as simple as this is a great level. Yeah, that's a good use of darkness. That's actually way better than I thought it would have been. Alright. Wait, were we at 99 before? We were getting up there. Moving stuff, yeah, we just barely got it. Moving stuff with that track block thing is such a great idea. I never would have thought of that, but that is genius. Oh, let's see. Now, if this is an awful trash level, I'm probably going to skip it very quickly. But I'll give it like a minute or two at least. But yeah, what you'll find is that if you haven't ever really made any content for a game, any levels, designs, enemies, abilities, whatever, environment, story, characters, if you've never made any of that sort of stuff before, you'll find that the majority of what you put together is just going to be bad, and like it'll be the learning experience, but you'll throw it away. Like you won't even bother to show it to anybody, and that's acceptable. That's fine. That's par for the course. Let me make sure I get this right. 3LG, F2M, yeah. I've been doing various types of game design related stuff, level design, that kind of stuff, for like a good professionally for well over 10 years, and just for hobbies more like 25. Probably more than that, honestly. It really comes down to like when did I start doing Doom levels? Back when I barely knew how to do like WADed and dehacked. You know, actually, is this the right one? And the clear percentage is pretty high. I don't think this is as trash as they're saying it is. Alright, don't move. Just sit still. Take a nap. Contemplate our surroundings. I kind of feel inclined to browse a bit. I mean, so far it's coherent, it works. I usually do these levels, you keep the player on a track that they can't escape, so they don't browse like I'm doing. But I don't currently see it. It's maybe at the left, the rest of it's pretty rough. Oh, okay. This has gotten better. This has just suddenly gotten better. Gotta pay more attention though. This is very reminiscent of I mean, obviously it's doing, you know, Megalovania, but this reminds me of the fight against who was it? Moffat? What was her name? Oh, okay. Needing the power up is something I gotta I gotta get used to. Okay, the extra stuff playing on top of it, not so good.
Oh, no.
I would say a level based on this entirely, just the multiple tracks and the poison mushrooms. If that doesn't exist, I'm gonna do it. I mean, no, it's... The only thing I would have said is that, the samurai overlay thing is a little much. But otherwise, I was fine. I probably would have wanted the section where you have to dodge everything to be a little bit better communicated before the player reaches it. But I mean, if you get a checkpoint right there. It's how could I complain? I think whoever it is complaining about this level has stupid standards. Because I think it's fine. And honestly, I would love to see that concept that where you're basically on the also a programmer. I do, yeah. I mean, the majority of what I do currently is user interface programming. But I think the role I'm probably destined for, that I've done bits and pieces of here and there, and never formally done, is technical designer. I've done a lot of I've done level design. I've done enemy design and weapon balance, and I've done scenario design and all sorts of stuff. I mean, if you want to go more into the programming side, I've done some work for just core gameplay kind of related stuff, but not a ton. I've done web end stuff, lots of web programming, too much. I'm glad I'm mostly done with it. I made my chatbot from scratch. I even implemented IRC, and that was stupid. I should have used a library for it. I've done shell scripting for managing server stuff. Front-end web, which only got good recently. Front-end web sucked, I think, more than 10 years ago. Front-end web was awful because CSS was trash and Internet Explorer was so far behind. That was the majority of it. But nowadays, everyone's trying to muddy it up with so many, frameworks for everything. Here's so much jQuery this and Node.js that, React, and I've been ignoring it for so long that I'm out of date with that. If you want to look for the more random stuff I've done, I did a lot of Warcraft 3 map stuff back in the day. It's a shame I saved none of it. That was an interesting language to work with. Because I didn't use the visual editor. I used JSS instead, which is the underlying script behind it. I don't know. I wish I could talk more about what I worked on. I worked on a couple of MOBAs. Using this level is actually arranged by a tool. You program it, lays out music notes for you. Ah, that's cool. It would be cool if I could help with the UI. I could offer some advice, but I am so overwhelmed with the stuff that I want to do already, as well as just regular work, that I just know. Not unless it's for enough money to where I can ignore it. And I don't expect... it would be more money than is worth to draw my attention away from the stuff that I'm already doing. So that's basically the soft no. But I could at least offer some feedback. Most of my UI experience is the implementation side more than the design side. Sorry, I'm so tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep. Oh, one thing I wanted to try to figure out. Somebody had said you can view comments left in your own course somehow. Like as you're browsing it or something. I don't know if that's accurate. I think you can't. You have to be playing through it, I think. I think when you're playing through a course, you like in Mario Maker 1, you can just like leave a note anywhere, rather than like when you die or when you complete it. More features you add to your tool, the more crammed everything gets, because you have to add more web elements. Yeah. Don't do ribbons. Ribbons are garbage. Microsoft got it wrong. I think ribbons probably appeal to the like average user that uses Excel, so I'd have to say technically it's right. But their average user must struggle to breathe. And not like tired and yawning like me. I'm saying like they must forget. Because it's gotta be like the most like tech illiterate business person using like Excel and Word to need the ribbons and for the implementation to be as frustrating as it is. That's why I hate working at a place that doesn't use Google Docs. Google's suite is so much better. Alright, I guess we'll start a new one. Well, I don't know. I could work with the other level I was looking at. Yeah. So this one I could never get how I wanted it to be, and I'm probably going to just redo it to be an adventure-style map. Make it somewhat like Metroidvania. Like, I have all these different mechanisms for locks that I have, but I don't have... I wanted to work out a system of interdependent mechanisms, but it would take up so much space in the map to do... Like, these are just, like, step systems. They're not fully interdependent. Or basically, like, you can get, you can get 4 directions, or really, 5. So, this one basically, like, if you got one, it just goes, there's nothing. You've got another one, and it goes, and, I don't know if it's left or right. I can't remember. And then the other one is... I think that one's... Yeah. And then, obviously you've got... I can't remember what direction it's going to go in. Oh, whatever. You see what I'm doing? Like, you have 5 options just with this, right? And, I've been working on all these different, like, alright, well, here's one, and you step it down, you've got another, and... But I couldn't quite work out what I wanted. I wanted to have a system that was either... like a key system saying, you could either have a key system where basically it's like three sets of blocks, where like you have three something like this, but they're interdependent. So it would be like 1, 3, 5 is one area, or I guess it would be 0, 0, 2, or whatever it is, and those unlock a different area depending on what you input. Or I wanted to have a binary system where I could represent, I could hint, basically saying, let's say you have, let's say you have 4 bits, and you have 16 possibilities. And you can represent that. You can represent that with single-digit hex. You could represent that with decimal, and you can represent that with binary. And throughout the level, you could have little hints that tell you where to go. The problem is that I just haven't had the interest enough to fully figure this out. To sit there for another 8 hours and work out what the mechanism looks like in Mario Maker terms. Where you need a way to where stepping through each piece is every combination, like every bit affects the other one, basically. Everyone, steps it up by a number. And I think it's probably simpler than I think it is, but I haven't worked it out. So rather than that, I'm probably going to go ahead and just make I have another idea for a level that's a bunch of sub-rooms, and you're basically fishing for like 10 coins or something. And there might be hints throughout the level or something. I don't know. I haven't really worked this one out yet. God, I wish you could edit in like fully zoomed out mode. It's so frustrating. So CR, are you taking like MIDI and then grabbing a few instruments, like a few channels, and then saying like, are you distilling that down into the data you need to basically generate the pattern, or like what input do you have? Like, what is it? Surely it's it's not just an MP3 or something. So you have. I'm assuming you have something closer to like a MIDI file, would probably be easiest to parse, or something. These are the types of rooms I want to have. MIDI as input, yeah. MIDI I think is probably the easiest to parse, and everyone like I'm sure there's already plenty of libraries to deal with it too. I'm not sure if like what other system would work. Like, I can imagine if you have whatever is required to parse something as like I'm not sure if there's anything you can grab that's basically a MIDI from like a Super Nintendo game or anything. Your own parser for it? Is the format pretty simple? I've never really looked into MIDI. But I don't know if I'd ever want to do a music level without something to basically write the sheet music for me, which it seems like you've already done. Excuse me. Give me a second. Oh man. I've been feeling a little sick all day on the account of not getting any sleep. And I'm definitely feeling it. Like, I just have not been together today. I don't know what the steep one. I really want to keep that. Earlier, late, I guess earlier today / late yesterday, I felt like I was coming down with something. And it's not helping that, so there's a vacant, I think it's vacant, a seemingly vacant apartment 2 floors above me. And there was like a CO2 alarm or something that was going off. Probably around 9:30 in the morning, and I was already up super late. And like I was trying to sleep to the afternoon, and it woke me up, and I didn't get to sleep till like 6:30. And as a result, I've been, I don't know if I should just have this be like an entrance to this. I kind of want to have a little intro room. I always like those little intro rooms at the beginning of the castles in Mario World. It's a super nice touch. It also means I eat a door, which sucks. Because I'm going to have 10 pipes, and 3 sets of doors here. Yeah, luckily this is locked off. That's good. You added a twist to your second music level because of all the cliches and lack of gameplay. No, yeah, I would love to have a way to hint that a little bit better. But a checkpoint is kind of a red flag as it is, so I don't... It's like, oh, time to start paying attention. A checkpoint in the music level? The other thing that was kind of good is that using Megalovania, it was a great choice, because you're literally saying, I'll put something here. Undertale is literally that. It's basically, you know, you're dodging stuff to music. So it's a perfect choice. But the fight against Moffat or whatever, what is her name? Muffet, I think. Yeah. That might have been a better choice because you're already on strings anyways. I mean, that's so nitpicky. You know what I mean? Like, why could I possibly complain? I don't see a reason to be able to go back. Well, actually, I don't know. First thing I'm gonna do is this, though. I kind of want to this be different. Alright, Mud. I'll grab it in a sec. I want to hold on to this, but I don't want it here. There. I want to make this cool, though, whatever it is. Megalovania was a bad choice of the person. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, to some degree, it has gotten meme status because it's basically, Megalovania is like the new one-winged angel. So I can understand that. And that's one thing you'll learn when you're working on designing anything, is that, like, if people see something in it they don't like, even if it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. Try to get one of the background elements that I want. Whatever it is, if they don't like it, it's going to color the experience for them. And that's like an important thing you learn, that it's not just whether or not the content is any good. A gigantic portion of what what a game is to a player is how they feel, and their prior experience, and their circumstance even. You know, it could be that you have you have something in a game that hits upon, you know, some part of their life that they don't like, and they'll suddenly not like it. And, you know, one thing you realize when you're working in games is that it's not, you know, nobody's wrong in that case. You know, unless you're making some, like, garbage shot game or something. There we go, I want this one. But yeah, you know, if their experience is such that they won't like what you put in there, it's just that them with the breaks. I don't know what I should do here. I want this to look more mechanized. I don't know how to explain it. What I could do is put a pipe coming out of this, and then we'd have something that you could basically say you could loop back. I don't know. There's gonna be something cool we can do with this. I have to look at the rest of the tile set, see what I think. I could also put, like, more... These can go back here? Really? Okay, I see. Alright. Can't rotate these. You think Muppet City would be cool when over half the streamers you show this to don't even get Megalovania? I think it's a bit too obscure. What about Bone Trestle, or I don't know, whatever the one was for the ghosts. I mean, Bone Trestle would be great, honestly. And then you could put Dry Bones in there. Everyone knows Papyrus, and I mean, obviously, Sans is getting. I mean, because, you know, Sans is so clearly known. Papyrus is well known and loved, and not overdone. I think this might be fine. Then you've got a hidden one up in case you're willing to explore a bit. I kind of want to do something with the top of this. Maybe just make it. I don't know, I just want to break off the left side somehow. I don't know what yet. Yeah. Okay. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna go hit the restroom, and then I'll be back. And I'll check out Mud's level too. It's funny to think that if I didn't add the sands part, actually worked on something, you would have liked it. Could have done under 20 minutes, but in 5 times less effort. Yeah. But you gotta remember though, like, a lot of Mario Maker players, they want something extremely specific, and they're extremely ready to criticize, and a lot of players just overall will do that. So, like, dwelling on somebody who's quick to judge is kind of a waste of time. I mean, they're gonna jump to being negative and say something nasty, and, like, does it matter? You know, especially, like, if their immediate reaction to something that, like, if they can't view it as, like, oh, like, this isn't something that I normally like, but, or it could be super memey, but it's well done, like, is their opinion worth anything at that point? As somebody just doing this as a hobby, their opinion is worth almost nothing. As somebody, if you're doing professional game development, then you sort of have to take their, you have to receive their input and digest it. Like, nothing ever has any real, like, none of that sort of stuff's gonna work at face value. Also, hey Syndrome. I've done, like, no cooking recently. I've only, like, today I put together just some, like, Tupperware full of spaghetti bolognese, but I've done, like, no cooking in the last long while or so. So I could have 10 pipes. The green ones are... I just don't want to do any more green pipes. Maybe I should grade these based on... Oh, dude, I could do them based on type. So, like, red could be boss. Blue could be skill. And yellow could be puzzle. Thing is, he's not quick to judge. And even like the blind jump speedrun. And he likes your other... Well, then I would say maybe try to figure out more of what he likes or doesn't. You know, spend more time digesting it. I mean, all feedback can be digested into something that's usable. Even if it's, like, rude or quick or angry, hostile, whatever. And I guess green will be the end. Yeah, that's perfect. Because I normally don't like green, but we can just have green be the exit. I'm going to spend some time working this out to make this look nice, but... Especially when they keep throwing stuff. Before I'm ready for it. So steep slopes you can still walk up, right? Yeah. Okay. You had to guess? Well, yeah, that's one thing you'll find. You never really know what your players like or don't like whenever you're making content. That's something, like, you can guess, you can look at trends, you can, you know, you can look at popular media or other, you know, one thing you see is, like, especially with AAA development, there's a lot of safety in AAA development. It's either you make something, so Battlegrounds or MOBAs are a great example, where a lot of those are like some indie dev modder or whatever came up with an idea and made it happen, and the AAA guys were like, oh, there's something that people like. We've established an interest. Let's use that. Let's profit off of that. It wasn't, for example, like, I don't know how I'm going to arrange these. It wasn't saying, for example, we're going to go out on a limb and try something. And if you do, it's guesswork. Like that's why indie devs, they can guess almost, you know, with no risk. They have no investor responsibilities. There's no shareholders they need to appeal to. I'm not sure how I want to structure these. I need a total of 3 for any of these. Yeah, I don't think I... Well... Ah, man, you could do this in one of the other Marios. You think if you didn't have the twist, though, it would overall less well received? No, yeah, I mean... One thing you'll find is that... Oh, this works. One thing that you're gonna... Oh, it even starts to look good, too. Kinda like that. One thing you'll find is that even if you're not appealing to your friend or whoever, you're not going to appeal to everybody. And it's... Wow, there's a great GDC video on this. Where they basically say Dark Souls is the IKEA of video games. I mean, they literally say that. If you try to please everybody, you're either going to please nobody, or everybody's going to have a mediocre reaction at best. But what you can do instead... Is this really scrolling? Are you kidding me? Oh, well, maybe farther than right. There we go. But basically, if you find your niche, and you know your audience for that niche very well... I almost forgot to try muds, of course. If you find your niche, and you understand your audience for that niche very well, you could do extremely well with it, and you could do it for cheap, which is one of the other things. I should find that video. I mean, GDC has so many great videos, but this is a good one. Hold on. Here we go. And the dude goes into great detail too. I was actually shocked because it's a very long video, as some of these are. Let me double check, make sure this is the right one. Oh, sorry. That makes noise. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. There we go. But yeah, be okay with discarding a gigantic potential audience if you can make something that a few people will really, really like. I don't know what we're gonna call this, but this is it for now. Hey, thanks for the follow. All right. I could add that sounds. I mean, I have, what is it? I have that one. And thanks, CR. Appreciate it. Is this the one, Mud? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, perfect. You're right on the screen there. Cannon. Lots of cannons and spinies. Okay. I've also got this one. One thing I think you might want to do, Mud, is you might want to take a look, like grab a. I know you can grab these off of like Google Images. Like grab the map. Grab the map for any Mario 3 map. Or Mario 3 would be my favorite choice, but you know, whatever works for you. Try making it in Mario Maker just to get a feel for like what elements are in those maps. And I think that'll give you kind of an idea of the structure, the style of these maps. It might give you some ideas for how to lay things out. Yeah, enemy placement. Right now, it just seems like a lot of spam and a lot of... Like, there's some coordination, but it's like... I feel like there's sort of not a lot of distinct set pieces for stuff that you might... Like, what would the player... Like, what specific challenge does each enemy pose relative to the terrain? You know, like, the spike top here is actually good, because it's one of those things where as you're heading on up, you have an interesting challenge of, like, even as simple as it is, that you have to kind of time your approach and pay attention and let the spike top get situated. Do I think the Mario Maker tutorials are any good? Oh, dude. Yamamura's Dojo is freaking amazing. As somebody who's currently working at a AAA studio and who has played so much user-generated content and watched so many mistakes being made, that Yamamura's Dojo kind of, even as simple as it's presented, the dojo gets it so right. Oh yeah, forgot. Those guys are... Like, this just... As you're approaching the cannons, there's no like lead-in or visible timing or anything. So it almost becomes kind of guesswork as to where the difficulty lies, you know, what the timing is. I mean, I would say one thing that you've consistently done that I think is good is that the positioning of your checkpoints tends to be good. And the power-ups are extremely generous, and they need to be for this type of level. But it's hard to get myself into the mentality of like, what is the specific challenge of each area, each jump? What is each enemy contributing besides existing in swarms relative to other enemies? And in fact, one of the later parts of Yamamura's Dojo actually discusses that, and I think it's really, really good the way they put it up. I'm a little worried sometimes though with the dojo. The only thing I might be concerned about. Oh yeah, right. The only concern I might have with Yamamura's Dojo is that I think the presentation might be so soft and so simple, even though the messages that they're getting across are so accurate and so important, that I feel like players might actually skip them. Players are going to be, this is baby stuff. Everybody knows this, right? Oh, I guess you can just enter this. But if it wasn't for how it looks like you should skip everything in Yamamura's Dojo, for how simple it could be. like, all the messaging is fantastic. Yeah, that's so one of the things that you'll see is that, so, and this happens even more with some of my levels. You see players do this like way more than you expect. Considering that you could spin jump everything and you have so many mushrooms, players are naturally going to look at spin jumping as something that they can do. Now, what you can do, what I would say, like, so if you're looking for a way to make that interesting, you could do two things. One would be that you might have enemies that you can otherwise not kill, but you can spin jump them off a platform at a specific time and have them land in a trap and kill them with that. Another way you can handle it is to say part of the challenge is the level, or part of like the best route, or a better route, or more coins or whatever, could be that you have a lot of enemies that you can dodge via spin jumping, or you have to enter the area by spin jumping. But then you have these blocks you gotta worry about. And that would be an interesting way to handle it. You know? Yeah. Like faster route versus slow safe route. Faster, funner, more profitable. Versus safe. That tends to be the way to do it. You know, balance your risk reward. I don't know if I know one way to effectively increase funny music notes you can have in a level. It's living in trigger once they're loaded. I have not messed with that many. Not a lot of music blocks at all. But I typically don't exceed the spawn rate, or the anything like. I think there might be something to the effect of like there might be a max that they allow to be off screen but nearby that can exist, or something. Because I had a lot of trouble with one of my courses where you're basically chasing this Galumba throughout the level. And it's really easy to get the Galumba to respawn. And for the most part, it's settled now. I've got it all figured out. But there were some areas where you're navigating through the puzzle, like in the Galumba's airship. So you can't get to this guy right now, but very shortly he'll be entering, and then the real level begins. Because this is just intro stuff. This is just setting up the scene. And then he enters his, he gets off of his personal little rocket guy and enters his ship. And then the fun begins. And, you know, he drops in from the top. Got that conveyance working. And you're basically chasing him throughout the level. Anyways. But yeah, but you can, yeah, okay, so you can put a comment wherever you want. Okay. Mud, I think it'll get better over time. I would say, I really think, though, Mud, you should recreate a few existing Mario Worlds or Mario 3 courses. Like, Google up, like, Mario 3, such and such level number. Go to Google Images, and you'll just see, like, somebody will have a sheet that shows that shows what to do, and you can just recreate that, just to get a feel for what that looks like in Mario Maker as you're working with it. Just like flat out copy any Mario level and just look at them and see what you think. On top of that, I really think you should go back, and if you haven't looked through all of Yamamura's dojo, you should. Because a lot of the lessons that might seem really simple and rudimentary are like golden, perfect, good stuff to learn. It's just presented so simple. You only know being able to have 200 no blocks per area, 100 for enemies, 100 for power-ups. Even if you spawn block, the editor still imposes limits. You can put them in question and no blocks. Yeah, you gotta have another enemy, yeah. Yeah, in that case, I don't have a good answer for if you wanted to do a music level boss fight or something, and the only way I think you could do... Mud, even the simplest ones you should go through, and the advanced ones are also awesome. I would say go through the entire set in order, because they're incredibly good. Even though they're presented extremely slow and simple. All the knowledge they have there is fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, it's Nina time. Except for when it's not Nina time. Wait, is this the sub-level? Crap, where are we at? I guess it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. Okay, so this probably should be a door. Oh, I guess it says 1. Yeah, you're reading this way faster than I am. So maybe a green pipe isn't the way to go. Unless you go to the sub-level, and you have something you gotta deal with, and then you get to the exit. I don't know. I could have different ways that, like the green, like, exit one, I could have it set up such that, that would be interesting. You could make it to where, but that would be more than 10 pipes. So yeah, this has to be a door. Yeah, I need at least 10 regular pipes, so green can't be a thing. Unless green is some other type. I don't know. This is a tough one. Alright, well. Let's slot for 2 bosses, 2 puzzles, and 2, like, technique. Alright, bud. I'm still in copy mode. The shame you don't have a horizontal flip. That would be great. I mean, it's not extremely necessary, but it will be a nice touch, I think. Just let me drag stuff in. What is... I wonder what the technical constraint is for not being able to move stuff if you're in fully zoomed out mode. You can copy. You know, for how this looks, I almost kind of feel like it's okay to just say you can re-enter the entrance, and maybe that'll be a thing you do. Maybe we'll make it to where it's worth exploring the exit early. Jumping between 3D world and other engines can be a bit rough. Yeah, you gotta get settled in one, I feel like. Takes a while to adjust and remember what you even have, like what you can work with. So I gotta figure out... Maybe I should make it to where, in order to enter the bosses, you must have a bomb. And you have to get a bomb from a... Because the bosses, I don't know. It really comes down to, like... whether or not you consider them to be tough enough. I think I'll make this. I want to have something akin to a semi-solid that looks nice. Also, just to be friendly to a curious player. This won't be a one-up. This is just going to be regular mushroom. And the cool thing about that is that it'll be easier to get if you're not already big Mario. So that kind of works together. What can we do with this, though? How can we make this look cool? I could, you know, what could be interesting? I could put like a 50 coin in this. I can't center it though. I'm gonna put another one up, and then put some coins here as well, so the player is thinking about this. And then that. I can see this course taking forever to make. So if it seems a little slow, apologies. So then you can't get in. I kind of want to make this one more taller, though. That way you can actually stand in it. Which is important, because we're about to go put another invisible block with a 1-up. Alright, Mud. Hey, do you want to stick around for me to do this level? Because I can go grab it real quick. Sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted. I'm liking this room now. This is starting to come together. Okay. Let me save it, and then I'll grab your course. And this is gonna have to be the thumbnail, too. And everyone's gonna be like, oh no, shitty pipe maze. Alright, guess there'd have to be like 1 here. That's 8. And then like 9 and 10 over here. It's not Pick a Pipe Bullshit Edition, though. It'll be Pick a Pipe Fun Edition. Alright, PYT. Let's see, Measly Magic, okay. You seem to have a lot of levels where you put a ton of stuff in there. I feel like maybe a piece of advice that I might be inclined to give would be consider the elegance of simplicity. Less is more. I like that. I want to know what's up with this one, though. Yeah, you can't get to that one. That's going to attract a lot of players' attention. So one thing I need to see... I need to go play Mario 3D World and see what is this tile set used for? What is good about this tile set? Because personally I think it's garish as hell. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, okay. This is... Okay. I'm immediately not liking that. I think with the trickiness of the conveyor belts and the unpredictability of the Magic Koopas... Oh my god, that's even worse. Maybe big Magic Koopas aren't... I might be inclined to say I don't know if I like big Magic Koopas at all. Simply because they could spawn on you as you're moving, and the game doesn't seem to respect that. I feel like the choices of what gets spawned from these blocks is... I don't feel a drive to experiment with it, and I don't feel like I have any way to determine what I'm looking at on the way in. So I guess there's a couple other things as well. So having red Koopas on two wide platforms means that when you're under duress from a bunch of other stuff, it becomes very difficult to predict what you're working with. Like where you actually need to be before he turns around, while you're trying to accommodate everything else. I think Magic Koopas are one of those enemies that I'm totally reluctant to use because they're so freaking random. And that must be why they're not used extremely often in any of the games. Well, yeah, I just mean the platform should have been a little bit wider, so that you can... It's easier to plan your jump while you're being attacked by everything else. But no, I'm definitely... Every level I play with yours, I see You're getting bits and pieces better and better, for sure. I definitely think that the big thing that you've got working for you is that you're not afraid to put power-ups. You're not afraid to put another mushroom on the level and not make the player feel like, even if they're struggling, that they have a way to get through. Because right now you have a situation where players are going to get hit a lot, unexpectedly, and it's better to just accommodate that until you can craft a tighter experience. If you ever wonder why, like, there are many games that are extremely easy, it's because as much as we like to complain about Dark Souls, as hard as Dark Souls is, Sekiro is a way better example. The gameplay of those games is so incredibly tight that they can afford to make it tough. And I think right now you're at a point where I don't think you can afford to make it to add a lot of difficulty without enormous amounts of generosity for the power-ups and stuff. That's not a good idea. I don't want that. What was I wearing? Was I wearing anything before? I don't think I was. I don't think it was. I mean, even my difficult courses, there's stuff that I wish I did better. A great example, the example that keeps coming up that kills me, is at the very, very beginning of Journeyman's Journey. Where players tend to look forward. Well, two things, I guess. Players tend to look forward, and players tend to not read. Like, if they see a puzzle that looks like it might be... if they see a puzzle that looks like it might be the entirety of everything on the screen, then that's all they're going to see ever. So, this is what you see on the way in, right? So players are looking mostly to the right. They see the key, they see all this crap. What they don't see is these innocuous little boxes that I should have put forward somewhere. And I probably should have put them, like, maybe on the... They could have been here, and that would have made sense. Actually, that's probably a really good idea, because not only are they moving, but then they're in the way. You have to figure out, like, what am I doing with these things? The other part is that they don't see the... So they see the piranhas on the way in. So let me, like, walk on in real quick, right? So they walk in, they see the piranhas on the left, and they're like, oh man, I guess I can't do anything about that. And they're just like, okay, well, I don't see the boxes, so let me try to run across. And then it's just like, no, I can't reach it, oh, it sucks. And it's like, okay. And they're afraid of the icicles. Like, I dissuaded the players so much from experimenting at the very beginning where they probably need to make it super simple. And then they start throwing boxes, right? And they may not necessarily know that they can drop boxes, so they start doing this over and over again. And they're like, hey, this ain't gonna work, this is garbage. So then they're like, oh, I don't know how to, I have too many boxes now, I gotta get rid of them. So they go back, and, they go back in. And then they get into this habit, and this is a frequent thing that keeps happening over and over again, that I wish I had presented better to the player, where they go, oh, well, the only way I can do it then is the time when the boxes go out. Right? And they start doing this sort of thing and trying to judge, like, all right, how do I put them up such that they land without stacking, right? And then they, if they ever find these other boxes, they start grabbing them, right? And they might put one down, or they might drop it, or whatever. Or they might throw it like this and go, oh crap, I'm screwed, and they go back. But if they don't, if they manage to get past that, and they drop it, or they get the throw correctly, then what happens is this. And this is, I wish this was better communicated in regular Mario, is that they get ready on this one tile gap where you need 3 to safely run, and they try to figure out how to run, And even if they can run, even if they can't get the run up, if you fall the smallest amount, you pick up a box anyways. And then they get all frustrated. And if they had at least seen this, if I had moved this a little bit to the left, all of this a little to the left, then they would have been like, oh, like, maybe I can just... I probably could have made it to where the conveyor belt, like, this bit here was a spike or something. So that, you know, it wasn't so wide. And people just completely miss this, that you can go across. And it's frustrating. Because the desired solution would have been that they get the key, like, coming around like this. And they just tend to miss it. And there's some other stuff that I don't know how to communicate very well either. Like, there is a very clear, very safe overlap of more than one block to where you won't get picked up if you don't want to get picked up. And you see even this cloud over here on the right and left, it overlaps as well. So it's super safe. Oh, and then another thing. So players don't know you can crawl. So players keep doing this. They keep going, and then I think you have to, what is it, L jump? And then they're like, oh, this sucks, I hate it, I gotta go back. And the funny thing is, I didn't even know there was a roll. And the rolling actually, the funny thing about the rolling is that you can actually speedrun chunks of the course with a roll. Especially if you would, you set up like a one tile gap over there. And on top of that, oh, there's so much more. Like, later on in the course, in the sub area, so you can place blocks, and you know you can walk across them, but you can do other stuff with the blocks too. And one of the other things you can do with the blocks is for this section over here, where you've got Koopas coming out, right? And you're like, oh man, I'm spending all this time trying to deal with this. How do I get across or whatever? And it's like, oh, the Koopa's in there, I gotta deal with some more. And then this Koopa, and it's like, oh, I guess I can go across. Well, you can't right now. And then you're like, okay, too slow, right? But let's say like a player is like kind of slow, and they're like, oh, I gotta deal with Koopas, right? And this is obviously not remotely enough time now. And they run across very late, and they're screwed. But with Builder Mario, the blocks will block the Koopas, so now you're safe, and you have all the time in the world to do this. And one of the other things I should have done is I should have put arrows here. So what I would have done is like this. And this is extremely my mistake. I should have just spammed arrows to say, just like, keep running, man, you got it. You know, whatever it ends up being, something like this. And that way, like, people will start to notice a little better that they need to keep running. I guess even the shell's fruit. Oh, we'll get it back in it. But yeah. So blocks there. And then later on, there's even another place. So one of the players was doing this, where they break it, and then to make this safe, they'd actually start putting blocks down here, which is cool. Which is kind of to be expected. Yeah, they can do that. That's a slower strat, but it's safe. Another block strat, which was cool. So this comes. So while you're arranging the rest of the blocks you're dealing with, you could stop the piranha. In fact, I think you can actually drop them now. Yeah, it's completely free now if you perfectly position it. And somebody had worked this out. I don't know if I was the first to do this or not. No, yeah, I get no. While we were clear checking it or something, I think I worked this one out. Maybe I'm back to sleep. There we go. You have to get it perfect in order to get him in the right spot, like that. Now you have an opening to drop. And it's free. See? And then you just go on through. And there's even another one that I hadn't thought of. I'm pretty sure... I have to double check with this one. Alright, Mud. Have a good night. I think... Oh, they do break him, but it keeps him from coming in. So if you make a lot of headway, and you have to jump back... you have something you can do there. Obviously, if they get behind, you're kind of in bad shape. But it works. It's something you can do. But man, I wish I did some of that stuff. Because that would have made the level perfect instead of good. Oh, and there's another one. So check this out. So, when you first do the course, right? You're breaking these blocks, and the timing is pretty good. You can even hit the fireballs with the hammer, right? But let's say, for example, you go through, and you go into the course normally, right? And you open this up so you can get out, and you hit this, and then the bullet goes out, and you take a hit, and you're like, oh crap, well man, what do I do now? And you go to the reset pipe, right? Which I should have placed better. That should have been in a better spot. CR? I have no idea. I need to not do that. God damn it. Okay, well, I can demonstrate this a little easier. So assuming that you came around back again, right? I'll go clear this out, and then have it go back, and then I'll show you how that works. Or that. Let him go back so you can demonstrate. So now, the timing of the thwomp, the timing of the big thwomp now is different because you've destroyed all the blocks you would go through. But what you can do is you can place down additional blocks, and they'll depending on when they hit. I think you have to drop in front. I can't remember how this works. There's something you can do. Oh, you gotta stack them, right? There's a way to do this. Either that, or the next version of the level has to have the lava slightly higher. I might have to do that. Yeah, I'll make that an extra strat. Yeah, because otherwise you have to stack them and it's kind of hard to do it. Yeah, like this. So then it pushes it back a bit. It's safer depending on how you start, but it becomes closer to the initial pattern. But man, I wish that I had done some of that stuff, because it would have made the level a lot better. Can I test that? Nope. I'm gonna be going to bed soon, and I want to continue to work on this map. So I think 7, 8, 9, and 10 are just gonna be here. Ah, this is a cool looking room already. And I just need to have some platforms like on the sides just to make this work. Yeah, but then I have to get distracted and I also have to clean it up. Where are we gonna? So we have 8. I gotta figure out where 9 and 10 are gonna go. Could put them on the sides. And then you can get out anyways. That actually kind of looks cool. Ish. The only concern I'd have is like, does it look too out of place? Put a semi-solid so you can stand on them. Oh, then what's the overlap gonna look like? Man. If you're Big Mario, what does this even look like? You can get out easily enough. I might make this not a steep one. I don't know. I kind of... You know what I might do? I'm gonna make these shallow. Not that. And I think slightly wider? Guess in that case it doesn't have to be as tall. Or no, it does. Or no, it doesn't, because you have this. Make sure I'm not overwriting anything when I do that. Oh, damn you! Why can't you be copy like everything else? I can bring these down by 1. And now you can get out easily, and I can still do this, which is kind of what I want to do. Or... put another semi-solid, like this. Is there like a better design for this? Okay, so we're extending these out a bit. Oh, alright, all the coins gotta get fixed. Alright. I might, move them out just a bit. Is this off-center? Hold on a sec. What did I just do? I guess they were destined to be off-center. I didn't realize this is an even width room. Oh, I can't do that. It seems I have to do this very carefully. Well, in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this, and rather than a mushroom, we'll just put another, like, coin block or something. You know, actually, if it's 2 mushrooms, it's cool. Who cares? Actually, having this inset looks kind of cool. There. Get that out. Gotta make this perfect. Oh, and I guess I do have the problem of... Put another coin guy in this. Man! It's... tiny bit frustrating to not have perfect symmetry. Or not have a center point for the symmetry to make it perfect. Oh well. Alright, so here's 10 pipes. And what are we gonna do with them? I'm really liking the design of the room. I'm really liking how this has come out. It's not too restrictive to navigate through. It looks nice. It looks like a scary amount of choices. The only thing I kind of don't like is I want to figure out. These should probably be green. Maybe green should be like the basic levels, and then blue skill, red boss. So I guess maybe red should be at the top. And skill ones. Puzzles. And all the regular ones will be down here. So CR, remember how you mentioned the moment whoever that person was saw Megalovania, they were like, they were like, "Oh, this is garbage. It's terrible, terrible level." What's going to happen for me is that the moment people see 10 pipes, they're immediately going to think this is a pick-a-pipe garbage level. And I'm totally willing to have that as a concern. I'm going to accommodate that. I'm going to live with it. That'll be something I design around. But it's going to happen. Really? Don't know if that's better or worse. Well, you got your switch out? I found out the only moving object you can use that isn't a power-up or an entity is an icicle. Wonder why they'd have a bunch of lag. Huh. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably because it's checking proximity to the player over and over again to determine whether or not to fall. And I bet you whatever they use to do that is not especially performant. That's probably what it is. Oh, the activation time. Okay, never mind. Sorry, game dev brain turned on for a second. Alright, so what type of room should I have first? Ah, this is tough. Probably vertical, because the maximum size I'm going to have for these is going to be... It's going to be too wide at max, if even that. And I guess the regular levels probably will need to be. The green ones are going to be the most Mario-esque ones, I think. Like simplest level, simplest rooms. I have to be like crazy careful with these to make sure that they that each room is exactly the size that they need to be. Yes, so this works, and we'll do something with this. Imagine the enemy limit was only 100, because collision detection... Yeah. If I do this, then I can only have one level that has lava concerns, unless the yeah. Because the lava wouldn't immediately reset to a particular position. So I'm not a huge fan of using lava anyway, so only one level that uses lava, or one puzzle that uses lava is fine. You know what, maybe horizontal is better. Maybe horizontal is better because I don't need vertical, and if it's vertical it's going to be 2 anyways. Yeah. Yeah, I have to do that. This will allow me to do lava if I really need it. This freaking control scheme for Mario Maker is killing me. It's so thoroughly designed against touchscreen that not having it is so confusing. Should have gone to the second one. Yeah, the auto-tune stuff's great. It's a little creepy sometimes, but it definitely makes it... definitely breaks up the monotony if you're making levels. I think you're gonna make it to where the lava goes up like this. This will just be a sample one where the lava goes really, really high and really, really low. And you navigate through a small puzzle with that, you know, some small room. And this will just be like just the first of many. That may get scrapped, for all we know. Wish in Mario Maker 3 the entity limit was 10. Well, I mean... that will never happen, and I have to give you the reason for that. Because there's a certain level of complexity I think Nintendo's targeting. And more than that, and I think players are going to get overwhelmed. Okay, wait a second, you can custom out the lava level, right? Can I, like... I can't set more than just the one lava level? Are you kidding me? Can't you have it change as you progress? No, you can't. Oh. Well, I'll keep that in mind. So this may not work unless I have a lot of puzzles that are worth doing this with. Also, can you not control the speed? Oh wait, here we go. I don't know if it goes back down anymore. Oh, it does. I wish at least the enemy limit was only imposed in gameplay and not in the editor. I can't even agree with that, and I have a reason for that. Can't move these. What I think has to be done is there needs to be a limit that's relatively small and highly knowable, simply because the save format and transferring that from their servers can't be too expensive. And I think if you are increasing the limit that high, then it might not be worth. They may not be able to economically run the service, especially because there's no real fee. There's a small fee to that Nintendo Online, but there's no, like, it's not like you're spending just for Mario Maker like $5 or $10 a month. You know, they basically, like, to a large degree, they have to factor in the cost, like the base cost of the game, the $60 investment, to basically say, for 99% of all players, this will more than cover the costs. You know, some portion of the base cost of the game covers the cost of supporting them with the online service. And what they hope is that the most expensive users, the most active, productive, whatever users, are covered. You have reverse whales, where it's more expensive to have them exist based on their high activity, where, you know, on the other hand, and, you know, basically everybody else is subsidizing them, rather than where, with like a microtransaction model for a traditional free-to-play game, the whales support everybody else. And you need that. You have to have some way to afford your average user. Your average user and your super intense user. What? Oh, right. Crap, I need that. I wanted to overwrite that. But they undid one of my pipes, that's what happened. They kept it, but they undid the warp. Freaking stop. I need to put this off in space somewhere and then grab it. But the only way that could even work, I think, CR, is if basically you can pay for premium, for some sort of premium, like, maker status that allows you to make, like, way heftier levels. The only problem is that, like, you start introducing problems like, how do you have good customer support for that and whatnot. It's effectively, like, untenable. Oops. I'm not trying to shit in your parade or anything, but that's definitely something to worry about. So each of the individual puzzles here can't be too crazy. I think I need to make... if there's a way to make this start high and then go low? Oh, you can. There we go. So then you go in and you're like, what? And then it starts revealing everything and you're like, okay, I guess we're doing this. Then I gotta figure out what kind of hazards you can put in, because I think a lot of stuff can't exist in fire. Or in lava. Yeah. What can we put in here? Assuming each individual grid tile is saved, you probably need at least about 3 bytes to save all possible enemies. Hardly hefty size. Don't they have like over 1 million levels, and their format is probably not going to be as simple as that anyways. There's probably a bunch of other information they need to save on top of that is probably not making it practical. But even on top of that, like, the file size is probably not the most important thing anyways. It's... what do we put here? I guess Bloop is probably gonna work. Nope, he just disappears. I don't think Cheep can survive, can they? Hey, oh! He's a fire Cheep, he can't stand on him, right? Oh, that's nasty, okay. I bet you most of it, though, is literally that they have to put some limit to avoid overwhelming players. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, yeah. Like, it's peer-to-peer. Their multiplayer is peer-to-peer. Whoa. They just start going higher and higher as the water level lowers? No? I really would love to prevent the player from jumping in right away. I don't know. If you see a big giant red bit of lava, I think he'd probably stop. Would a player immediately run forward? I don't know. But no, I mean, the reason why I think multiplayer is running, the reason why I think it's running so poorly is probably because I don't think, and I hate to have to say this, but as far as I can tell, I'm not confident that Japanese developers understand how variable internet connections are throughout the rest of the world. Because peer-to-peer is awesome for places like Japan, where it's all short distances. It's all modern, recent infrastructure. Not even just like fully up to date modern, but not like connections across the U.S. where they're gigantic distances, where it's old infrastructure, where you've got a lot of companies talking, poorly communicating between each other. In Japan, so a great example was watching people doing Dark Souls PvP in Nico Nico, like the YouTube alternative, and you'd see these players who were ridiculously good at the game, and also had like no input latency whatsoever, or no net latency. So basically, if you could sight parry a dagger and it works. I don't know how I want to make this. I think the only way that this is going to make sense is if like you'll have a lot more puzzle that needs to happen before you get in, before you get back up. I think I'm just going to copy this and do another one. And I kind of need a way to return. Yeah, I need kind of like a loop back. Because what I want to avoid is I don't want to have another pipe. But I want there to be something you can get that you bring back, and bringing it back needs to be easy. So I guess the way this is going to work is that either the horizontal rooms need to have an exit, like a very safe exit. So you would reach like here, and then you can run all the way back, and then you just have a one-way or something. Which means these guys can't be any higher than that.
Let's go.
Yeah, we can work this out. Also, the maximum lava level's gotta go lower. You gotta make sure we don't screw that one up. That way, even if you run in, you're not super screwed right away. And at the very end, you'd want to have something that's worth bringing with you, whatever that is. So I think you probably couldn't have a bomb in this. You'd have to have a bomb like at the end somewhere over here that you can grab in some way. If I wanted to if I wanted to have something you bring back of that nature, otherwise it'd have to be like maybe one of the power-ups you can grab is a fire flower, and the only way to get to it is go through the fire area, right? And that would be useful elsewhere. That's the kind of idea that I want to have beyond the level. It's like you can get, sometimes you just get abilities or you know, something to make other parts of the area is easier to unlock something that you can't normally get. So an example would be, you might have an area and this might just give you like another mushroom or whatever too. You might, let's say one of the puzzle areas might have a secret room that you can't get to normally without a fire flower. So let's say you enter here and put that wherever, I don't look here. And I have to double check to make sure this can be done the way I think it can be done. Oops. I need to block you off. Oops. I'd have to block you off in a way that you can't get in normally. Whatever that ends up being. Right? Like, maybe, maybe it were spikes or something and you can't get in. Whatever it is. Who cares? God, I really hate how the slopes can't intersect and overlap how some of the other games had them. But whatever it was, right? And I'm not exactly sure how this is going to end up working, but some way that you can't enter but a fireball can. And then you'd be like, oh, go grab the fire thing, right? And then come in and work out. Alright, fancy pants fireballs. Not today. But you'd have to have something that basically says, like, oh, I can't get there normally, but I can... It'd have to be something that doesn't get... No, he triggered itself on the, little fire guys that I had. Guess I need to have him have only, like, one space to work with. So it would have to be something like this. Something that, I think this is exactly what I want. Something closer to that. Not exactly sure. Maybe like a cloud block or something? Oh, this is exactly what I want. Ah, god damn it. No, it's not. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. You need something that prevents Mini Mario from getting in. I'm not sure what that would be yet. I mean, the spike at least. Let's put another spike there. Can you cut across, Nah. Well, basically, you get in. Why is this not... Why is this not setting the... You gotta cut off the ceiling? Something has gotta prevent... Something's gotta get the camera right on this. Yeah, it doesn't want us... Damn you, freaking camera piece of garbage. Alright, well... Alright, you know what? What we'll do is, I might just get rid of the lava garbage. Not worry about that. That's not working the way I want it to anyways. And then I'll move this room elsewhere, so we don't worry about the camera. But somehow, so one way or another, right? Freaking Babami, get out of here. However it ends up being, you'd have a way of getting... Well, I guess if Small Mario can get here, it doesn't matter, because Small Mario's gonna take damage, and then I can prevent... I know. Stupid. So now Small Mario can get in, but it doesn't matter, right? The fireballs can. Oh, the fireballs can't. Ah! Damn it! Shit. Yeah. Do you have a spawn upside down? I mean, this thing, you can tilt them. Hey, Quasi. Am I taking him right now? It's getting pretty late. I could probably set the queue to 1, and that'll be it. But, I do need to go to sleep real soon. I want a way that basically says you can use Fire Mario to trigger this. Huh. Oh, what? Oh, you know what? You know what I could do? No. No, I don't. Don't know what I can do. But whatever. So if you had Fire Mario to make this work, then you'd unlock another area you can go into. And... Alright, it'll still be in there. Otherwise, you'd have to say, like, I have another enemy somewhere that you can't get through without Fire Mario. That can you kill Wigglers with a? Nope. Yeah, I actually don't remotely know what I can do that would require... That would be Fire Mario only. Like, it would be easier to say something like this. It would be easier to say... Rather than Fire Mario be a thing, have Cape Mario be a thing. See, that even locks the... I don't even know if this locks the camera or not. It does. No, it doesn't. Ah, killing me. Well, if that were the case, then what I could say is maybe there's a hole at the top of the level. And if you so happen to have... you so happen to have the key, then you could exit very easily. That at least works. This I'm not sure what to do with yet. I need something where... so I'll show an example of what I'm thinking about. And what that actually ends up being is, I don't know. But let's say, for example, there's a way to get up a bomb. You might even need the cape for this. This could be one of those things where you trade, basically. If you have the cape, this would be a way to have, like, 2 power-ups together. And we'll just move these to make so that they work and make sense, right? So you have the bombs, right? And this is... Not sure which yellow one this is, but... So you have the cape, right? You pop open this guy, right? And you let the bomb come out. You take it. And you have seconds to figure this out. So they'd have to be close, right? Or, well, further than that. You have a lot of time, actually. Holy crap. Okay. But this could be one of the puzzles, where basically you go from one of the puzzle rooms to another. Because you can get up a bomb just far enough, and then you can go to the next area. And this would be like a secret. This would have to be handled a lot better. So it might have to just be like that. I don't know. It reset. Does it really full on reset? I thought you just keep the timer. You'd have only what's remaining. Alright, so... New area unlocked. And then you can have a whole extra section or bonus or whatever. But I want to have the entirety of the map do that. The entirety of the map has basically the ability to say... Wherever you are, you can, you know, you might have an extra little thing. Besides whatever the main... Like, this could be a very simple thing, like, you need to... Well, let's just do this and all. Or, let me do this. So that... Just to mock something up real quick, based on what the idea could be. So let's assume you needed a key somewhere, right? I'm pretty sure bombs can trigger keys, right? Let's just start this on one side. Just for now. So you're moving these back and forth. And the camera will start higher because it's stupid right now. Bomb comes in. And he would be, he would have to be an active one for this case. Well... actually, you could do this. Any number of ways, assuming that the bomb can trigger it. He doesn't. Do they fall? They don't fall. You could do this, though. And on top of that is a... like a regular red Koopa. This is just an idea. I mean, this could be whatever it is, right? And you needed to hit a block to get your key, and the block is all the way over here, whatever, you can't get to it normally. And the key has got the keys in the block, right? And you'd be maneuvering this thing Here we go. So you've been maneuvering the bomb, the active bomb, just to release the Koopa, which needs to not be there. In order to get to the shell. I mean, this could be any number of things, right? And you could shortcut it if you happen to have the cape. It's like, oh, I got the Koopa shell. Okay, cool. And I drop it and mess it up. Come on. Oh, right. The thing about this is that it won't... it probably won't give you the key if it's not on screen. Perfect. And it's not covered up. Yeah, assuming you didn't have the cape. Oh, I know what it is. It's that I don't have any doors that it can use. Right. Right. They do that too. You see what I'm saying? Like, you'd have a bunch of little puzzles like that, and then maybe the same puzzle that has this means that you could take a bomb that you get. If you're quick enough, you do the whole Batman bomb run, and you take it out, got the cape and everything, you take it out, and you're sitting there just like freaking out and going, oh crap, let me go to the other one, and let me take this bomb somewhere else. And that's like another secret. And that's why, like, whether you have the cape, whether you're a big Mario, like, all that has to be considered. Because I think you can do some really cool... Like, even here, you take the bomb out. So, for example, if you happens to be... You happen to go get the bomb, right? Because you had the cape, and that was one of the ways to get a bomb in a convenient way. And then you get a couple 1-ups or whatever. You know, whatever it is, you can make it work. And you'd be just looping through the hub room to take stuff back and forth. So there might be only one POW block on the entirety of this, and you have to complete a puzzle in order to get it. Can 1-ups do something useful? Yeah, in endless mode, 1-ups are how you prevent yourself from getting stuck. Yeah, that's your extra chances. I mean, it's standard 1-ups at that point. So popular endless mode maps have tons of easy 1-ups, and in fact, they actually max the amount that you can take per level to I think 3. So you can have more than 3 in a level. But all right, so B7G. You can only take 3 with you, so you can scatter them around and hope people find them. People might not get every single one, but they might get 3 via different means. Better be good. I'm not going to be giving a ton of time for this level, so probably a few minutes, and if it's good, I'll keep going, but if it's bad, then I'll stop. Like, if it's Kaizo stuff, if it requires shell jumps, I'll probably shut off real quick. What's the percentage for this? 13. Gain Shuguba's trust. Work smarter, not harder. Seize your opening, and then betray. 15-second clear time, huh? I wonder if there's a like a dev exit. Oh yeah, I guess you could. Oh, I know what it is. If you immediately bum rush them, you can get it and you just leave. Yeah. Then you just have to figure out how to get out. It's interesting that there's a one-way here. Oh. I guess the 15-second thing. This is cool. Must just be that somebody's gotten really lucky with the timing. No, this is great. This is a nice little short, quick puzzle room. Yeah. Cool. I wanna give it one more shot though. I wanna see how easily I can lure them out. That would have been it, too. This is the sort of stuff I want to see more of. Where people pick like they laser focus on one specific concept and do it really, really well. 17 seconds. Whoever did this must have got really lucky or must have figured out something. Like if you stand exactly in the right spot, back and forth between the Gooba jumps. Oops. We smacked my keyboard for emphasis. I want to see what else you got. How do I? Well, I gotta put a comment. Isn't you got like cool idea? Is there any nice good stuff? So tough. Yeah, cool idea. There. Oh, watching streamers do one of my levels, Journeyman's Journey. How do I view your I want to view your profile. Here we go. Okay. There were a lot of random tricks people found for Journeyman's Journey. What do you got? Okay, these are on my. These are now on my. These look interesting just from the screenshots, from the thumbnails. Yeah, you're getting favorited. Make sure you come back and submit more.